Rockets still fourth in the league defensively in terms of their rating. 13th net rating in the league. The Spurs dead last in the NBA with their net rating. Sengun had a great game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Did have some turnover issues, but other than that was really good. There's the Flamingo, and it's short against these guys. He missed the mid-range face-up there. Wembanyama. And stepping out of bounds after some contact. Spurs will turn the ball over. Van Fleet to Sengun. A little hesitant. Got stonewalled originally. Gets his own miss.
And that's the key. You know, Alpe's going to have to get to the body of Wemby and shoot over him.
Rockets trying to win their 10th straight here. Sengun defended by the smaller Vassell, got there but could not score and originally lost the handle. Kind of threw him off a rhythm a little bit, or so it seemed.
Alpe's going to have to finish that basket right there, but that's the right move. Go right at the smaller Vassell. Here's the thing about a Greg Popovich team. Don't look at their record. They play extremely hard. Now, they may be struggling in execution and point guard play, but they get after you every night, and if you don't bring it, you will lose to San Antonio. The shot, Fred just takes up the space.
Random to Wembanyama. No good. His numbers are great across the board. One error. And that 2020 game he had against Chicago became the youngest player in NBA history. Post a 2020 game, besting the previous record set by Dwight Howard. And Wembanyama is able to knock down that three. He is shooting below. Van Fleet thought about it in the corner. Comes back around the Sengun pick, slithers into the paint, now to Green. He'll pull up along the baseline. And then Wembanyama with the clear.
With the shot blocker like Wemby, go challenge him and possibly put him in foul trouble.
First lead for Houston. Wembanyama runs it up and in. The Spurs, typically, this is not a team, they don't drive very often. At a couple of feet of the rim, but he's 0 for 5 now. That one was way off, not even close. At a couple of feet of the rim, but he's 0 for 5 now. That one was way off, not even close.
And that's the thing, when you're coaching Wemby, do you just let him play free, or do you kind of put the reins on him? And you see those pull-up threes, very unique for him.
Sengun draws the double, and one of the best shot blockers in the league rejected that. And then, almost taken back by the Rockets. Great hands by Van Fleet, but then Brooks never had control of it. Another missed three. Couple of games to get tuned up after suffering a grade 2 right ankle sprain against the Hornets earlier this year. And Smith misses in a few amount of days over the next 2 months. A lot of back-to-backs. I mean, they're going to start playing a ton of games coming up. Good cut by Osman. The look from Wembanyama. Down low to Green, working on Wembanyama. Going to face him up with the shot clock winding down. Comes into the lane, initiates some contact. They're going to give the foul to Wemby. The bucket to Green, and another free throw on the way. Guarding position, therefore, the foul counted, his second, and ultimately the and one for Green. As the Rockets go up by 1. Wembanyama, more interesting than need be down the stretch, but they hung on and won the game for the first time on the road this year. Knocking it away was Tari Eason, took it away from Wembanyama, and then Thompson the other way. In transition, scores the 2.
Playing basketball, and he's brought a spark to this ball club.
Defense turning into offense, 7 straight for the Rockets. They're up by 5 all alone underneath. That's an easy flush for Wembanyama.
I do want to point this out. The last time these two teams met, Wemby had some nice plays against Jabari, and knowing anything about Ime Udoka, wow.
But yeah, especially it was late in the game. The key sequences late in regulation. Wembanyama with another big-time stuff, this time on Tari Eason. Been an off shooting half for Sengun, just 2 of 8. Both teams shooting in the 30s. And the layup good there for Johnson as he had a step on Brooks. On the 3, he's taken 6 of them. He's missed them all. Sengun to Green. And that time Wembanyama got all ball. The quick outlet, Brandon scoops it up and scores.
Just going to play hard, and they're going to compete.
Winningest coach of all time. Green rumbling into the lane. Some contact at the chest there with Wembanyama.
Let's talk about a first shot to go.
Rockets were up 10. Got things going in the first half of the second quarter with that second unit.
Devin Vassell, he can hit contested shots.
In and out again. So he's now 0 of 3 from 3. One of the better 3-point shooters in the league this year is has been Dillon Brooks. Wembanyama spins baseline and banks it up and in. Wembanyama up top, too strong, and Şengün tapped it, tried to Brooks. 23. Vassell from the free throw line, the leaner, no. Wembanyama deflected the rebound to himself. That pass almost went out of bounds. Great catch by Vassell, pressured. And somehow finds Wembanyama, and they try to whip it into Sohan, and it went out of bounds. Should a little bit to get him some minutes because they're not going to sit down Aaron Holiday, not with the way he's played this year. Stop and pop around and out there on the miss off the for San Antonio. So yeah, Holiday started seeing some regular playing time after Amen Thompson. Wow, Wembanyama. VanVleet off the pick for three. No good. First half shooting it was 14 of 18, including making 6 of their 8 threes. Wembanyama!
Oh my gosh.
With the ram.
Wemby may be sleight of frame. He can't really post up, but if you give him space down the middle, he is dangerous.
Misses. He'll pull up the three, too strong. Tate high for the rebound. Comes back to Holiday, the dig, the shot, the miss.
Love the way JT just rebounded that basketball. He went up tall with 2 hands. Sometimes guys go with 1 hand and lose the ball.
No good for Wembanyama, now 1 of 6 from deep. Now they do, but he catches it around the three-point line. He'll back in on Jones. There's the double, spins around it. Will fade and fire, no good.
He should have got the ball the first time. Well, if Trey Jones is guarding you, you got to, tell guys, hey, keep your head on a swivel. He's coming to help. You got to straighten. Nasty wins this season, but guess what? I'd rather take wins than a nasty loss, okay?
The Spurs have only scored 2 points off the Rockets' 12 turnovers. Eason down the baseline, comes back out. Holiday with the shot clock winding down, and the Rockets are 8 of 28 now from 3. And that'll do it for the third quarter.
Spurs really help on drives. They force you to kick to open threes where they close out hard.
Thompson misses, and I guess perhaps maybe part of and you know what? The last couple of years they've done so, and it goes back to your point. And that's never really been something that, historically speaking, we've ever seen from Popovich's Spurs teams. Sorry, Eason, no good. Shook up a little bit, now just coming into your picture. VanVleet up top. He's 2 of 8 from downtown.
Ball handling and ability to pass. It is hard to trap Amen Thompson.
That Presto late in that game in Denver gave the Rockets some problems. Pull up for Smith. Dillon Brooks is 1 for 11. Jalen Green's 2 for 10. VanVleet's 4 of 15.
And staying competitive.
That go off Wembanyama's foot, it did. But ultimately the name of the game is to win, and the Rockets have won again here at Toyota Center. 10 straight here in this building. A 93-82 decision over the San Antonio Spurs.